Welcome back, everyone, to the OGA Pit Close qualifiers for Latin America. All around of 16 is completed, and now we draw our attention to our first quarterfinal of the bracket, James. We have Team Liquid against Gaming.
Yeah, kind of like almost top of PL versus the top of CL. This is going to be kind of a battle now, because Gaming have gone almost flawless through the Challenger League as well.
They've looked really, really good.
They've looked really, really good throughout it, and I think they kind of proven themselves that they don't really deserve to be down there. They did lose their relegations match in Season 9, unfortunately, and I think they're kind of back with a vengeance right now.
Yeah. Whenever a team kind of gets beaten up during a time where it feels like you shouldn't have lost, and like if you think about last season for relegations, every single team who came out of relegations got in the Pro League apart from Gaming.
Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. So, yeah, no, they didn't have a good time of it, but they've come back up to the top. I think they've kind of proven that they can have another go at it, and they can definitely do well for themselves here. But if they want to contest with the big dogs, they do have to be able to prove themselves against teams like
big horses.
Team
I'll have you
Liquid
find.
as well.
It's the big horses, not the big dog.
Big horses.
The big horse. It's a horse logo.
It is a horse logo. That is fair. Okay, the big horse of
the big
Team
horse. That's
Liquid.
it. Yeah.
The thing is here, though, that there is relegations coming up for Gaming, and that's probably going to be their priority right now. For Liquid, there's absolutely nothing, and
this is everything for Liquid.
They need to make this, because otherwise they don't make Invitational, really, unless they come through the online qualifiers, which I don't think anyone really
They didn't do last time at Rally.
And,
they didn't do it at Rally.
No, they didn't do too well. So we'll see how it is going to go down as we go into the map bans, and we'll see exactly where we're going to be going.
Okay, so map bans, what are we expecting? So if we kind of turn back time and we look all the way to our first week here, well, first play day, we had Liquid and Gaming. They both played on play day number 1. Liquid, they fancied a bank and a villa on their turnaround whenever they went up against Jens Mortis. And Gaming, they also had a cafe to deal with and also a villa. So both teams already playing villa inside this competition. That could be an option for them.
Yeah, a really, really good map for Team Liquid as well, previously, as well, when they played a DreamHack Montreal against G2, was Coastline. It was a pretty decisive map coming out from them, and I think if we go there, potentially we might see a Lion Band come out, because I think that was kind of the main thing for Liquid, is they definitely did really well on Coastline there in the past. Has been a good map for them, but it could be Clubhouse, which is removed automatically. I think that's a fair ban from,
Whenever you're going up against a team which is very structured and are very strong in bomb sites, which kind of force you to play in uncomfortable positions, you think of Clubhouse, Catwalk, that's an awkward one to deal with. Blue in the basement, that's another awkward one to deal with. And a team like Liquid, who has that coordination and can put a serious amount of pressure on you, it can really make great teams crumble, and I feel as if Gaming, they could kind of fall into that same trap. So that's their ban. Honestly, for Liquid, I kind of feel as if like every map is just good for them. I don't know, I just think they're like just strong in every map. They've been around the block for a long time.
Yeah.
They know how to play Siege, and not just Siege, they know how to play great Siege.
I think in best of threes as well, that Liquid's strength is best of 3 because Liquid strength is their map pool. So, best of threes do test your map pool. Border is going to be removed. I think that's also a fair ban from Liquid. I think it's also just somewhere they just do not want to go here. And again, when you have a structured team like this, you don't want to go towards a map where, everyone can just do whatever they want. Also, just a quick shout out to Map Ban as well for providing this whole overlay and system here to be able to ban out maps. Big shout out, big thanks to them, as well as DT Sniper, who does all the good work over there. But getting into the some map bans now, Gaming is going to pick Coastline. Wow, I didn't expect that one.
That just proves that these guys are confident. These guys must have something up their sleeve, because for the most part in their matchup against NGDP, they just took everything for granted for the most part. Like, they were very ferocious and, well, pretty soon whenever they're... Is that Jaguar as their logo?
What? It's a tiger. Jaguar's like black, right?
Is it? Oh, yeah, I see the little stripes. Yeah. Just I didn't see like the full correlation, but yeah, I see that little pattern being added in there as well. It's a big cat. cat versus a horse.
Well, it could
Who
be
wins
Bank
this one?
from Liquid, so I don't think anyone's be too surprised to see
No,
another
that's
LATAM
expected.
team picking Bank, and definitely Team Liquid talking about that coordination as well. Definitely a good map for them as well. So we're going to see the remaining maps are Consulate, Cafe, Dostoevsky, and Villa. It'll be interesting to see which one of these we go to. I think, really, Liquid would be happy with going to any of these. It's kind of going to be up to EA Gaming where they want to go themselves. They do have the ban now, and it is going to be Liquid who ban out Consulate, and EA Gaming are going to be choosing towards Cafe or Villa. I would think they would want to go to Cafe here.
They've played both of these maps in their last matchup, so it's not as if it's unusual ground for them. Honestly, if I'm them, I would pick Cafe. I wouldn't want to take Liquid to Villa.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't want to. Of course, that is all well and being if they even get to the third map. Oh, they went for the Villa, right?
They went for it. I feel like EA Gaming going into this matchup have a really good idea about what they want to do and how they want to play this matchup.
They must have something up their sleeve. They have to. They have to have something that they feel so confident with. I don't know, man. I worry. I really do worry about it, though. I think that you look at those three maps, probably apart from the coastline, which we haven't seen both these teams play yet in this tournament, that's going to be like the unusual one. I just see Bank and Villa just has Liquid all over it.
Yeah, well, we're getting into our first map now. It is going to be coastline here between EA Gaming and Team Liquid here in the quarterfinals for the OGA Pit Latin America Closed Qualifier. And who wins this gets into the semis. And of course, the winner of the semis will be invited directly to the LAN event. So, big game here for Liquid. It's kind of their first major opponent in the bracket.
It's not even that as well. If you're the first one in the semis, you can sit back and look at everybody else, can't you? And you have no pressure. It's different if you're like the last team who has to then play their quarterfinal. You have a lot of pressure to kind of turn up because everybody else turned up in their side of the thing. So, yeah, for Liquid, just getting, I think, that first seed just fits them so well. It really does. It's like, it's just kind of meant to be for Liquid, I feel, to have that first seed because they are clearly the favorites to take this whole thing.
This is Liquid's game to lose for sure, but we'll see how things go down as we see an Echo, Dokkaebi, a Nomad, and now a Maestro removed off the board. Very weird to see Mira left up on coastline, but potentially we won't see too much Mira play from here. I know Team Liquid, they love a Lion pick here on coastline, so I won't be too surprised to see that coming out from them when they move on to the attack. But we'll see so far in the defense, and they're going to go to a hookah lounge and a billiards room defense. Pretty standard stuff. And yeah, there is going to be a mirror, but there's also going to be a Nook coming out. I think he's going to six-pick the mirror, knowing Sexy Cake here. The Nook is weird here.
Okay. Sick pick.
Okay.
Just, again, you fell for the debate, man.
Well, I mean, but I got the six pick out right onto the mirror, so I'll take that one.
Take that one. You take those. You win those.
I win those.
Congrats.
So we're going to be going to a hookah lounge and a billiards room defense here for Liquid. I'm interested in the mirror setup because I feel like there's a couple of ways you can do the mirror here, and it's always interesting to see how like tier 1 teams do this. Has he brought Barb on mirror?
Looks like it. Which is intriguing. So that's like the atypical mirror window. There's nothing really out of the ordinary with that one. Well, yeah, I mean, if you need the barbed wire, because does Nesk have a shield? That would make a lot of sense for him to have a shield on this bomb site specifically.
I mean, Jaeger surely can bring Barb as well. Like, how many sets of Barb do you really need here?
Well, whenever they're extending in towards Penthouse, maybe they do need a little bit extra for that. So that's probably their thought process. PSK doesn't have a C4, he has a shield instead. Have they went for 6 barbed wire, a shield, and a C4? Is that their play?
No one needs... Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do like a shield Valkyrie, honestly. I feel like it does make a lot of sense. I still feel like it would have been better to have... Although, you know, we're saying about, like, Barb, I guess, like, the whole thing with Liquid is they have a very extended hold here, and they need Barb for that, so... Quick shout as well also to Silence and Sensei, who are the coaches for Liquid, and they're kind of just doing the main strategy building here, so... Surely some of this is their responsibility. We'll see how EA Gaming wants to deal with all of this, but this is a very extended hold coming out from Liquid. I haven't seen this a lot, but the Valkyrie camera already going to be removed off the board, and EA Gaming have already aggressively taken that control downstairs in blue bar.
Okay, Liquid. So an intriguing setup where you extend in towards Penthouse and Theater. We also have hatches open for quick rotations, but I don't know how much that's going to be able to affect GA Gaming if you don't have C4s from PSK. So they've kind of abandoned their first stage of setup and have fallen into the lower levels. Yeah, Gaming, they have made it very clear that they have no intention of going for the roam clear out, and that's why we see Liquid very early on will adapt, expecting the atypical let's push Aquarium and try and go for the plant. So there's a lot of pressure now on Yeah Gaming to actually find that first opening kill, but they're looking to play really fast on site, because already utility being tossed away, and well, that's completely been denied by Smoke, and well, there's another one for Liquid as well, but yeah, Gaming, they've managed to succumb against the Smoke, and now Diffuser will be planted, but there's still plenty of members up for Liquid. Oh, with only PSK, he had a C4, but instead he brought the shield. Gui will eliminate yet again another player, and now a free-on-free is still that Diffuser being planted. SexyCake holding as long as he can. The Patience tried to come in, and there's also Jaeger tried to rotate up, so still equal footing for both of these sides. But SexyCake has the position inside of Aquarium. But Gui again, he wins out that fight. A quad for him. And Yeah Gaming, they have dismantled. No, not Yeah Gaming. Gui has dismantled.
Wow, like a great response to Liquid's roam game there. Like, they see that aggressive roam game, they see that really extended hold, they see the lack of C4s, more importantly, and they just go, we're not even going to push you. We're not even going to attempt to take any of that control. We're just going to go straight for our normal take, and it worked beautifully for them, honestly, because there's not really any responsive setup coming out from Liquid there. There's no C4s to be able to respond to that. They have to rotate through luggage in the main hall and Cool Vibes, and all of that can be shut down very, very quickly by Yeah Gaming. It did like how SexyCake did play that by waiting for the plant and just wasting as much time as he could there, knowing that he's going to kill that planter anyway. But yeah, not a great start for Team Liquid here. Hopefully they're going to change things up as they go yet again to Billiards, but this time not going to be bringing the mirror along.
Okay. Look as if they're going for a similar setup, you know, of their operators, but no, well, they have changed a couple of things there. Mozzie now being brought into the fray of things, and that mirror has been sacked off. But then he brings the barbed wire. I'm confused.
They just hold their barbed wire.
PSK does have a C4 though, so that helps them a lot. I kind of feel as if they lost that due to him not having the C4 from below, because what's the point of having Valkyrie rotate beneath and not being able to blow them up?
Yeah, that is true. They did lose a lot of control of the site. They had 3 roamers up, and yeah, Liquid just got completely dismantled out of that. I like that Valkyrie camera coming out from PSK there, but yeah, I like the including the Nitro here. I definitely think that is definitely the play. As Yeah Gaming move in for their second attack, but things already looking pretty good for them on Coastline, although could argue that Coastline tends to be pretty attacker-sided, and so maybe you're not too upset if you're Liquid losing that first round, but that is a core site. This is a really weird Roni setup he's going on here, the extended barrel and the reflex.
Liquid, they have, again, geared up pretty heavy on the roam game. That early Valkyrie camera isn't there specifically for information, as in like during the later stages. It's there for the early information. It's there to try and see where Yeah Gaming want to try and push in from. And if they see someone creeping below Sunrise, they know that they're going to try and attempt to open up beneath. And then, of course, they can adjust accordingly to that. I'd imagine, yeah, Gaming will try and take things a little bit slower, seeing that Team Liquid don't have the same extent of their roam hold that they kind of went for last time. And they always have to fear the C4s, and somehow Nesk, he has appeared out of nowhere. He dropped the hatch, picked up one, and then the shotgun at that range, he had faith in it, and has picked up yet again another one. Does get finished off, but he's done his job. He made the play.
Yeah, Capital and Gridlock both off the board. That's 2 sets of smokes gone down. We still do have the Jackal with his smokes, but that is a great play from Ness coming out. That's a good bit of stuff wasted. Moringa going to be playing his life up onto the top of Cool Vibes here. His ADS is going to get burned out, but he seems content with that. He's going to be holding it all down. This is looking good for Liquid so far. They're definitely playing their lives here, and yeah, Gaming has slowed down quite a significant amount of their push, as you were saying, Demo, but it doesn't seem to be working out for them too well. Liquid still have this quite spread out defense, however, with both got SexyCake and PSK both up onto this east side of the map.
Drop it in towards the bathroom is where they will go. And I figure for Gaming, they're looking for anything they can, just something they can get their hands on. But Liquid, they're content. They can just hold back, and they know they have that advantage thanks to Ness, because they try and force their way in through long corridor. One kill came in from Jaeger, but very quickly, Gaming now, they've picked up some kills as a 2v2. Going for the plant, neither of them in bomb site to try and deny this. They're both pushing in from different angles. That's Diffuser in, but PSK, he's in a great position for that barbed wire. It's going to give away the shuffle. It's going to give away the sound cue. He doesn't know where to look. One tucked away in the corner, and Gaming, they will still pull it off, and I don't know how they're doing this.
A really good coordinated push to them, and also like the triple crouch walk through VIP hall to just gain quick control of the site. And I think that the constant issue for Liquid here is they're losing quick control of the site because they do not have a lot of people playing there. And this retake strategy is not going well for them. And honestly, a lot of the time, it seems like when they're retaking, they have no info on the site. There's no Maestro, there's no Echo because they're both banned. None of that late game info is available. With no bulletproofs, there, I assume there's only been one Valkyrie camera that's been put in sight, and Gaming have been pretty good at finding those Valkyrie cameras. So that's 2 rounds in a row now where Gaming has just forced the site, got in control, and every time the Roamers have tried to come back, they've just been shut down. So Liquid, not looking too good at all, are going to move their defense down to Kitchen instead. An Alibi is being brought, although maybe a 6-pick? No, it's going to be obviously the Rook onto the Mirror 6-pick. I actually like an Alibi here. This is the one few times I like an Alibi usage in terms of utility, because of that kitchen window.
Still like an underrated operator. Doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. It's good if you can place the Alibis in positions that can't be destroyed as easily compared to others.
Yep.
And if you look at that one that he specifically placed on like the grate looking in towards delivery, that also kind of obscures your vision as like an attacker, because you see that hologram.
Yeah.
It you know, kind of obscures that, and that's like the main thing that like Alibi could have going. I still think it's like not the most influential operator. It's going to be like a make or break of a round. It's just going to be like a bit of a nuisance, and I'm sure he's probably playing it for the gun as well, because we know MX4 Storm, it's one of the better top echelon weapons for defenders.
Yeah, no, it can be, and we've definitely seen a huge amount of frag potential come out from it, but we'll have a look what Liquid want to do here as they do move further through their defense. But again, playing a very heavy roam hold, I think is going to be a bit more successful for them though, because in this, Gaming actually have to contest the roam hold if they want to get that upstairs control. So we'll have a look at what that's going to be going down for, but Gaming so far have not contested that roam hold. It's been going pretty well for them. They've already got that sunrise control. They're just pushing into areas where they know Liquid have absolutely zero control.
So Liquid set up shop for Kitchen, and Gaming, who have looked very dominant in their attacking rounds whenever their back has been up against the wall. They've made it work and have pulled through with victories time and time again. So for Liquid, they're just playing it slow as they usually do. You can see the tone of pace compared to how both of these teams were playing in their first matchups of round of 16 against teams who are not on their caliber, not on their level. This has gotten a lot more serious, and it does seem as if we have a lot more things that teams are playing for in the lineup, because right enough they should do. You know, it's not going to be like a one-sided stump. Both of these teams are experienced in their own right, and once more, Gaming, they've jumped in and are going for the defuse, but Liquid have responded phenomenally with some great kills coming out from them, and Gaming, they're at the back foot, and yes, we've seen them before whenever they've been at man disadvantages, but this time is a different story as Liquid, they have everything in their control. They have the diffuser, and well, Kui, can you pull a bit of magic? No, gets one, gets immediately traded out. Liquid this time around, their roam game worked to charm, but still allowing Gaming to push in as freely as what they did is questionable.
I think it was fine because it's kind of like Liquid was set up for that kind of take. And Gaming had to push that upstairs eventually. They had to get VIP in control. They had to at least contest it. And as you said, like the Liquid roam game definitely worked out for them there. I think it was just mostly because they were set up much better for that, and they had to push the roamers. So when Liquid are contesting their roam game, it is much easier for them, but when they're having to be pushed into a retake, things haven't gone too well for them. We're going to go downstairs to a blue bar sunrise, but defense for Liquid now. As the Jackals are being brought here from but still keeping the Valkyrie.
Okay, they have lost their first round, and wonder if they can keep moving. That's the worst thing to happen, is whenever teams kind of stop after they lose like a round and their momentum kind of drops. But perhaps that's just down to the other team getting a little bit of an inch in, and they will just start pushing in from there. And Liquid, certainly, they're keeping things fresh. They will now go to Blue Bar, not opting for the hookah, which, again, is possible. And even with Mira not being banned out, Penthouse and Theater can also be a great defense. You have that accessibility of the information that you gather by looking through the vision of the window. And just kind of means that the attackers have to do a couple of extra steps to make that bomb site a success. But Liquid, no, they instead opt for their Blue Bar and Sunrise. And I'm sure if they do lose or win this, I think hookah will probably be back for them.
Yeah, it could be on the board. Don't forget, like, Mira is not banned, which is rare for Coastline, so it does open up a potential Penthouse Theater. There's been no hard breacher from EA Gaming on any of their attacks so far, and I can't help but feel this is a mistake, knowing that Liquid could go to Penthouse Theater at any point. This could be the first round, however, that Liquid have not ran a Mira.
See how they kind of push in. Well, oh, I don't think they used it for round 2 of hookah. They didn't have one at that time. They also changed it up.
Oh yeah, sorry, that is right. They brought Mozzie instead on Sexy Cake.
Yeah, because that was like the weird one where they had Mozzie on the barbed wire rather than the more standard Nitro Cell loadout. Yeah, they have already taken control of the office, and they're looking to push in towards security, where there's 2 people stacked up and even a doc supporting them. Will give them a bit of a helping hand with the stim pistol right up to 140 HP. Sexy Cake, he needed that as well, because that's a lot of damage being tossed in by a frag grenade, and, well, that's the power of the dock and the stim pistols can provide you, is being able to live some more close-range encounters. So Liquid now, they know exactly where EA Gaming are coming from, and with the lack of the hard breacher, they can only push in through doorways.
So, Ness can be trying to push up where he can through the hallway. Reloads are going to come out, and yeah, Gaming across the board now looking pretty good to try and gain that early control. And they really do have to start contesting this roam game, however, and I think this is where Liquid really do have their advantages being brought in. They have plenty of info up onto the site as well, but it's going to be Nesk who scores the first kill of the round. Already, Yangi going to be going down, and that's already Capital off the board. That is a big utility pick coming out from Liquid here, as Nesk has also managed to get the diffuser down, and you can see very clearly where this diffuser is. Almost finding another one as well for himself, but re-peeks in, instantly gets annihilated. Gooey takes him down. Smokes are going to go down into the site as well, and it looks like Track Stingers are also being deployed right now as he tries to get into the site, but Moringa Smoke will find Freeze, and oh, the refrag does come through as well, as X King and Palu both pushing it down and shutting down the whole rotates as Liquid take the round and clean it up.
Liquid just... they had everything ready for EA Gaming this time, and it feels as if EA Gaming, they've got themselves in a tunnel vision mode where they feel as if they have to all push in by one doorway. That's never gonna work. Ever. Never gonna just, by walking in through one doorway, you bunch yourself up. Whenever there is a multitude of different gadgets that Liquid get with smokes and C4s and everything, just, it all groups you up, and it's just a simple hold from Liquid. So they have squared things back up into a 2-2. And they will go for the hookah, which was expected from them. They have not won this one as of yet, and it has been the only rounds that EA Gaming has won on. So I'm curious to see how they will change things up. And it looks to be, again, another different approach from Liquid, because this has been 3 different lineup of operators every single hookah now.
Well, Sexy Kid going to move on to the Warden instead now. I'll see how this is going to be going down. The Warden is definitely a bit of a weird pickup here, and Liquid have found themselves kind of floundering about here on this defense.
I kind of like really them Warden though. I like it because you know why I like it? Because whenever Team Liquid can see that EA Gaming are bringing Capital and Gridlock, those are smokes. Those 4 sets of smokes, and Jackal as well, which is kind of like interchangeable sometimes. That's 6. Whenever you're not relying on Hard Breacher to open up different angles, the only thing you're going for is reliance on obscurity of vision from your smokes. Oh look, the operator designed to counter smokes is now in play. I really like this pickup, and this could be a great example of how Warden can be used in a masterclass way whenever you're up against an opponent which likes to bring the smokes.
I'm a bit contested with it because I think, yes, I agree, like, it is on paper a really good pick, but from EA Gaming, I don't think we've really seen them in a situation they've had to necessarily use a lot of their utility to be able to push on the site. They've been able to gain it with control pretty quickly, honestly. And even when they lost that Capital, it really just didn't even seem to affect their push whatsoever. So we'll have a look how Liquid want to hold this, but their Warden actually surprisingly isn't going to be playing on site. I really would have thought that Liquid would be playing this a lot more site heavy this time, but they've chosen not to do so.
So we move in for Yeah Gaming and Team Liquid. Well, they're pretty comparison in terms of how their attack's going to play out. You'll probably see exactly the same from Liquid. Very fast and aggressive nature. They're trying to look in for the opening kill. And Ash and Jackal have a nice little duo-ship going on here. And Jackal going below. Generically, we would see a Buck in Sunrise to try and open up the flooring and get some picks wherever he can. But Jackal could equally do that with the shotgun. The only disadvantage is that you have to switch your weapon, and if you do get caught out with your shotgun in hand, then that's a free kill for Liquid. Aquarium looking to be the exact same push that Yeah Gaming want to go for, just like the rounds in the past. And it's down to Liquid. They have been playing a lot more reserve now. You can see that Jaeger is back on site compared to previously. He was like roaming along with PSK. And well, Sexy Cake not being on site as Warden is a strange one, and I would like to see him rotate back.
I like how Yeah Gaming are kind of staying ahead of the curve, and that the take that they're doing is, yes, a lot more site-centric than it has been in the past, but also kind of knowing that Liquid are going to be playing a little bit more heavy on site, as you said, the Jaeger being coming back to that site, and now they're relying quite heavily on this Bug to clear out that below side and trying to force people out of these positions. Going to be putting down some track stingers down in the luggage hallway, knowing that that is a common flank route that's been going out for Liquid, as we've seen him play on the top wipe. It's going to be Nesk, again, kicking things off with an opening kill, but instantly is going to get traded out by Gooey. Makes his way into the site. There's an aggressive site take coming out from Yeah Gaming, but instantly gets shut down, but does get traded out, and Moringa finds his own kill into Freeze as well. PSK coming in from the flank from 90, does find his own to GCR, and now it's all down to the Jackal to try and bring this in. Moringa and PSK still playing themselves very, very patiently, but Bidrin does have his control of sight. He also has his Jackal's tracks, and there's a lot of footprints going on, but yeah, he has smokes, he has 3 Inoxes, he has full utility up right now, but he's going to be just pushing for the wallbang and seeing if he can find a quick early kill, but Moringa still very low HP, not able to survive just yet, as Pedrin just push all the way through, trying to desperately get this kill into Moringa, but no! Gets shut down by the shotgun, and Liquid take round number 5. Much better defense of the hookah lounge there from them. That's exactly what Liquid needed.
They 100% needed that one. It gets them now on top. They're leading for the first time in the game. They've broke the hookah, which they had a lot of issues with. And they get to go to their kitchen, which was fairly simple for Liquid to hold. And yeah, Gaming, now we have to look at them and question what's going wrong on their behalf, because they figured out what Liquid kind of had, and that was the kind of roamers not really having that big of an impact, and then they finally got their heads together and they realized what they needed to do. Now for Yeah Gaming, we need to get the whole push one way out of them. They need to try and look for other options. They need to try and spread out and try and collapse as a team rather than everybody walking through a door, which is never going to work. They will look as if they're trying to take control of top floor first. Whenever you see a lot of self-destruction being brought by them with the sledge and the buck and even, you know, the 2 shotguns and Jackal and Gridlock, and Ash can even open up the floor. A lot of destruction from them. Still no hard breach, but in kitchen, I feel as if you can kind of go amiss without that if you're trying to go for the strategy of kill them all on sight, using the verticality of the soft destruction. So yeah, Gaming, they will have to probably go up against Liquid, who are known to hold that top floor.
Yeah, they are definitely known for that top floor hold, and just as like really aggressive and really spread out defense so far. Yeah Gaming were looking good in their initial 2 attacks, but so far have been unable to break the rest of these defenses from Liquid. Let's have a look at how this is going to go down. But the last time Yeah Gaming tried to heavy push onto this VIP area, and it just got completely shut down by Liquid. Liquid have this really good roam game, and every time that Yeah Gaming has tried to push it, they've just been shut down immediately. There's been decent crossfires as well set up by Liquid.
So, Yeah Gaming, they are now on a bit of a frightful round for them, because if they take this 4-2 deficit, and Liquid then they get to have fun with all the attacking operators, they could be in a bit of bother. Yeah Gaming actually not going for the heavy top floor, which is what we expected. Instead, taken in through Sunrise. Well, they still have Freezao, who is on a sledge, who can also provide self-destruction, but we were expecting like a full 5-man upstairs take, so they look as if they will be trying to pressure towards A. They could try and exploit the window jump in and try and go for the hot plant. They still have plenty of smokes there from Gridlock and Jackal to try and eliminate any signs, any lines of sight that they could try and have issues with. But there is still the menace of the Roamer's top floor. They have made their little kill holes looking down in towards the window and the kind of standard plants, but that's an opening pick that GCR dearly needed. But Moringa is there with the refrag, still keeping things level, and Butt gone. That's 2 nades, and of course the skeleton key off the table.
Yeah, definitely a good kill that. GCR definitely did need to kind of affect this roam game upstairs, and it looks like they are starting to dismantle it slightly. Gooey is going to be pushing his own life down into a very aggressive position just outside of the kitchen hall. And Jekyll Track has come through from the kitchen door as well. It's like continuous smokes are going down as well. He's got to know there is someone still on VIP. GCR is going to be his job to try and eliminate that person, but Gooey has moved in, GCR has moved in, and he's got his kill upstairs, so Neska's gone down, and it's all down to PSK and Sexacake to try and bring this in. PSK has no nitro, he's going to try and play his life here, but onto the black top, the drop comes down, but he will drop the sledge. PSK is in a very good position right now. Oh, what a shot from PSK! Gooey goes down, and now it's a 2v2 technically, as the sledge is injured on blacktop. PSK still playing his life in courtyard. They're going to know he's in there. That kitchen wall, of course, is still open, and GCR has very low HP. And Sexacake has managed to return back to the site.
He knows, though, where the Ash is. He has heard the sound cue of breaking the barricade, and it's down to GCR if he knows where he's positioned. Jackal, right in the midst of it, in the bomb site, hunting for Sexacake, but he shuts him down as well. A double. Liquid, 2v4 clutch for them. Oh, my word. Yeah, Gaming. They just lost it 1 by 1 by 1.
Something that Liquid have always been so good at doing is knowing where trades are going to be coming from. And you can see that in Sexacake in the way that he played that, where he shuts down one and he immediately knows where the next person is going to go from, and he just immediately pre-fires them and takes them down. Very, very well played by Liquid to bring this into a 4-2 scoreline, and as I predicted, we are going to see Moringa on the line. I think this is, it's not a hard prediction to make, and Liquid do run a lot of Lion during their attacks. I think they're pretty classic. I think ever since Lion has been an operator, Liquid have ran a lot of it, but oh no, it gets changed out for the Hibana. I like this.
Yeah, that's the better pickup. Whenever you're facing the hookah, you would really like to have the Hibana charges. You really would like to have them, James. James? Need them? You need them, James?
I don't think you need them. Like, we've seen EA Gaming successfully attack here without Hibana charges before. Normally, what Liquid will do with their line is they'll sit them on the courtyard, and Moringa will just sit there, just activate his line charges, call the rushes, and he cuts off so many rotations in this courtyard area as well. I don't think that's the last we'll see of the Liquid line, but I think the Hibana definitely is a good pick here as well. But it seems like that kind of courtyard push as well is very viable now they brought that Hibana in. EA Gaming never brought a hard breacher during any of their attacks.
No, they didn't bring a single one. Probably why they're sitting with a 4-2 scoreline.
5 seconds left.
I think Coastline is just one of those maps where you can get away with that.
No, I'm not disagreeing that you can play this without hard destruction. I've said that for a long time. But now that I've kind of gone to the nitty-gritty and I've really looked at the hookah specifically, sack off like Penthouse and Theater and like Kitchen and all that. Specifically hookah, it is the strongest defender-sided bomb site on Coastline. And you need to try and clear out the back of it. Because that bar, how many times have we seen a defender just sit back there, Maestro Smoke, whoever it is, and just pick heads all day long? That's the main position that defenders will try and exploit. And if you can eliminate that by opening up behind him, then there is really not an issue.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an Aquarium take there from Liquid then, if that is their intended strategy. You are right, of course, that behind the billiards bar is definitely a bit of a nitty-gritty angle to try and push through. And the gridlock usage as well should be good from Liquid to just shut down this luggage rotate as well. And this is, going to be good. But Nesk has actually managed to find his way already into Aquarium, and he's opened up the billiards window as well on top of that.
So he's in Aquarium, primed and ready. Nobody from EA Gaming putting pressure on that side of the map. There is still rumors towards the east side, but they're not going to influence the round as heavy as what you would expect, because the way that the massive square shape of Coastline basically sectioned it off into 4 corners, north, east, south, and west, and well, there's not really much you can do about it if you're on an opposite side. Liquid, they've crouch walked in, simply down to the Habana charges, forcing in Yangi to the position he did not want to be in. And now Liquid are ready to gun. Oh, the reload. Oh, mistimed almost, but Ness still pulls away with that, and that's why he is the Brazilian Terminator. Free v2 now. Freeze and GCR, the two roamers, located towards the east now. They have to do something. Don't even get close. Not a smidgen. Dampener on Liquid. They take a dominant round, and that will set the tone for the rest of the attacks.
Yeah, Liquid have absolutely everything going for them there. Great entry from Nesk as well to just push in. And yeah, it just looks like a really tried and tested attack that's come out from them. It's been interesting because almost every single time now throughout the qualifiers, we've seen the kind of more expected team, the pro team, come onto the attack. They have absolutely clinically dominated that attack. And Sonics have been the kind of big thing for me, but we've seen it a lot of cases.
North America especially was a big talking point about how they kind of... All the pro teams, you look at SSG, you look at Rogue, you look at Sonics, every single one of them had great attacks, but very lackluster defenses. Sonics versus Orclus, they had a lot more attacking wins. Rogue versus Okami, they had a ton more attacking wins. SSG as well, even though that was only a 2-0, they still had a lot of attacks they had to nail. So it's very back and forth at the moment. I don't know if the meta is just favoring attackers a lot more. Teams have like kind of discovered what they need to do and have done it a lot better over the course of the year. You think, you know, turn back time a year ago, defenders were all the rage. People were worrying about, oh, defenders are so strong. What do we do? What do we stop? There has been a lot of nerfs and buffs in between that, which, again, we can kind of look at and say that's why there has been a big influx in attacker wins. And whenever the new operators, Goyo and I forgot her name.
Amaru.
There you go. I just don't play her enough, that's the thing. And that's probably for good reason, because I don't think we'll see Amaru in competitive anyway.
Maybe, maybe not. But let's have a look how it's going to go down as we see the Gaming second defense, their first defense not so successful. Let's see if they can pick it up on their second one. But so far, Liquid looking very, very good in this matchup right now. And yeah, don't forget, this was Gaming's pick. They wanted to go to Coastline.
We thought they had something up their sleeve, that we thought they had a magic trick.
Maybe they still do. Maybe they still do.
You know what their magic trick needs to be? A magical escape.
Yes, potentially. But we'll have a look how that does go down as we move further into round number 8 as Liquid begin their second attack. And again, not bringing the Lion. I gotta say, I think the Lion is a big surprise it's not being brought here. I mean, I do get the Habana pick, and I'm not doubting it at all, and it did help them as well.
Yeah, it got them a kill.
But I really thought we were gonna see a Lion.
No, you're just toxic. That's all you're thinking about right now. I don't think Lion's like even good anyway. I think he's pretty trash, to be honest, and I've said that for quite a while. I just think the nerf has kind of put him into a hole, just like Pidgeon has done to Nesk. And now that's the early pick that Yeah Gaming were slacking on. Still fighting. Paulu took a lot of damage for it, and still hasn't replied with a kill though. And even have the crossfires being established by Yeah, which I really like to see, the one over towards the blue bar. That's an excellent rotation by Moringa, being able to drop in towards Courtyard and pick off that Valkyrie, and still trying to go frag heavy against the Alibi, lurking inside of Office, but they have lost Sexy Cake, the Capitao, in the meantime.
Yeah, Moringa's trying to play his life here in the blue bar, waiting as well. Just playing around his bulletproof shield that he's now gaining control of, but Liquid seemed a bit too spread out for this kind of attack right now. They've lost their entry, they've lost their Capitao, as you said, and things looking a bit squiffy for them as PSK just pushes in, but no, he gets fragged out. But there we go, Paula and Moringa both be able to pick up kills. Has even the man count into 2v2. Yeah, Gaming have lost a lot of control now, but they do still have control of the sites. Moringa actually catches a Legion Mine on his way out of blue bar.
It's not 2v2, but Paulu is on low HP. And both of the German operators still full. GCR, Yangi, can they hold on? All depends on whoever gets this pick, because I don't think a 1v2 clutch is on the table, really, for either teams. It all depends on this first one, and well, Yeah Gaming, they strike first. Moringa does wallbang the Bandit, and now it is a 1v1 with plenty of time still to burn through, and flashbangs as well. Tries to prone walk in. Jaeger doesn't fire. He's waiting. There's a Valkyrie camera being constant information being gathered by Yeah Gaming and GCR. Now they know exactly where he's planting and has to try and collapse onto it. Comes off the defuse, and Moringa, he has to go for the kill. He's hunting for it. This is now just a back and forth battle. He knows where the Jaeger is. Flashbang gets popped in, but there's not going to be enough time. He has to go for the buzzer beater. Can he pre-fire? Yes, he will. He beats the buzzer, and Team Liquid, they take it to map point.
That was a 4K from Moringa as well. What a play right there in the end. I thought the ADS catching the flashbang completely screwed him there, but oh my god. Oh, what a clutch from Moringa to bring it in, and yeah, that's going to send Liquid to match point.
Already as well. It just feels as if this match just started, and I want more, James. I want more of this.
Well, we're going to get more. We do have Bank coming up after this regardless, but this is a match and a half right now. Moringa with a great clutch to bring it in the 1v2. So let's have a look as it does go further through. We are going to be going to a kitchen service entrance. There's the Lion. I think they're picking the Lion here now, and they won't 6-pick the Hibana because they're going to know it's a kitchen. Please don't 6-pick right now. Don't prove me wrong, Moringa. Oh, thank God. So the Lion is going to be brought, but it's going to be SexaCake who's 6-picking from the Gridlock. Not sure what you would 6-pick onto. Maybe a Capitao is what they're missing here.
There's options.
Ooh.
Think, okay, rush. Right, let's go. Let's get, everybody strap yourself in. Everybody get your seatbelt on, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. And it's going to be, be tantalizingly hot now as we start to push in towards a kitchen. And let's see if we can get some fire cooked up in here. Let's get Panari in. Let's get him cooking up all sorts of pancakes, whatever he wants. Hey, get Milosh in. Let him make some Lebanese food. Just go for it. Everybody's in, because it's going to be one heck of a round.
Could be a good pick from Liquid as well, because they recognize there is no smoke coming out from EA Gaming's lineup, and they probably know that how EA Gaming normally hold this kitchen, it doesn't include a smoke. So, and also maybe EA Gaming also not really using anything too new, which is going to allow Liquid to play quite heavily around their own strategy. So we'll see how it's going down, but EA Gaming with their own extended hold upstairs to try and hold on to the VIP area and trying to hold on to the vertical play, but it might not work out for them too well if it's a service entrance rush, which is looking likely.
Yeah, Gaming are gearing up potentially for the rush. That's why they went upstairs and have tried to attempt to hold, as they still have those slits being made in the wooden flooring that, of course, will assist them if that delivery does, you know, become a reality for them. But Liquid, instead, they look as if they're going to still try and hunt out roamers. And, well, you said about Moringa sitting on the courtyard, he can just sit and patrol away, and if there is any rotation from EA Gaming, he will be there to try and shut it down. And equally, even if you drop on the rooftop, it takes like 2 seconds to get into the building because you just drop off the roof onto the balcony and you go.
Not just that, but also he could drop down onto Blacktop, and he has that sight line from Blacktop through the kitchen wall onto the kind of like kitchen area, and he can deny quite a lot of area from that position. So Moringa playing on the roof is not a bad idea at all here. He can also cut off those sight lines into courtyard and any rotation that he deems necessary, as well as just keeping his own utility alive by not putting himself in the firing line. So I actually really love this from Liquid every time I've seen it. I think this is a good idea.
Yeah, however, they are holding firm towards Blue Bar and Sunrise, and still have firm control on the theater, but they only have one man lurking over towards that side of the map. And if Liquid want to try and exploit like the 1v3 potential that they have going for them, then they can equally do that. Moringa will pop off the one first EE1D, and that allows Nest to slip his way in and try and go for the frags. Has 2 to find, 1 still playing in towards main stairs, and that's an easy frag for the R4C. Still 1 inside of theater is where he tries to look for next. But still just lurking and waiting. But there's Paulu coming up on the backside. Oh, but GCR, he quickly peeks out. PSK now, he will fight 1 and 2 potentially. And yes, no, he misses out on it. And yeah, Gaming, they do at least get some scraps from it, but they are at a heavy man disadvantage.
Yeah, the double entry has gone down from Liquid, but yes, they have managed to gain that control, and Fingerbuff is indeed going to grab Moringa, pushes all the way up, but no, gets taken down. SexaCake needs to come in for the refrag right now as Yangi finds 1. It's all down to SexaCake. He could go for the Adrenal Surge right now to try and push it through. Pal is on the other side. He just managed to take out Pedrin. It's all to do here for Yangi to try and bring this in. Pal pushing from the other side. He gets taken down. It's all to do from the Yangi right now to try and push out. He's got the Roni. He still does have a Nitro Cell as well as his Super Shorty to play the close angle. This is panic coming out from Sexy Kick as he throws a nade on the rotate as well. Yangi gives his position away, goes for the peek with a shotgun from a mile away and gets taken down. And he had the camera up above service entrance, but a flawless attack coming out from Liquid will gain them the map and push us to bank.
That was a big brain play from Sexy Kick, using the nade to push him into his sight line. And those are plays that win you matches, and well, Liquid, 7-2. Right off the rip and coastline, but still one more to go potentially. We have bank coming up after the break.
Predict the outcome, win the game. Get live coverage and schedules for your favorite tournaments. Analyze, predict, and vote to gain points. Compete with other esports fans and climb the leaderboards. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.